Good morning, my name is Maité Cristina and I'm here to present the research named Sociocultural Effects of Crypto-Funded Social Projects in a Costa Rican Rural Town. This presentation will briefly look at the research methodology and why it matters, main results and reflections, and propose a decolonial approach to cryptocurrencies donations in the Global South. For this research, we interviewed 10 subjects from a pool of San Salvador del Baru locals, Costa Rican cosmopolitans, and foreigners that are all residing in San Salvador del Baru, Tinamastes, Costa Rica, and are integrated or aware of or impacted by the projects led by the Diamante Bridge Collective and their land node or farm Diamante Luz. The Diamante Bridge Collective, or DBC, acquired a variety of donations from the Giveth donation platform and their Give coin, some of which they used for a variety of social projects. And our desire was to understand how the social projects were redistributing cryptocurrencies in this rural town, and also what was the knowledge, use, and curiosity around cryptocurrencies in the region. We use three tools to lead our research. The first one is intersectionality, the feminist tool to analyze the ways in which historically constructed sociocultural and political institutions delimit the access to rights, resources, and knowledge. The second one is decoloniality, understanding it as the knowledge production that stems from the awareness of historical construction of relationships, be it local, global, and transnational, or political, social, cultural, and religions, based on an imposition of a particular knowledge, being, and power over others. This imposition is known as the triad of coloniality: coloniality of being, coloniality of power, and coloniality of knowledge. And it makes it hegemonic and marginalizes all other knowledge and production of ways of being and power structures that are different from its own. And the third tool that we use is to highlight the value of situated knowledge, that is rooted in a specific practices, customs, acquired wisdom, and lived experience. We are grounded in the San Salvador del Baru rural community that is in the South Pacific of Costa Rica. And in this community, we have the knowledge of foreigners, Costa Rican cosmopolitans, and locals that were born and raised. And all of this knowledge interacts with one another and builds upon each other's knowledge. Why is an interdisciplinary approach important to understanding the impact and use of cryptocurrencies? From our critical Latin American perspective, we believe cryptocurrencies do not stand alone, nor is the trustless base in transactions enough. The idea that we do not need centralized governments or centralized bank systems to overlook the transactions, making it a trustless system, is delimiting cryptocurrencies as if they were just living in their own universe. But cryptocurrencies are in interaction with a variety of variables that are other finances, political variables, cultural variables, social variables. And if we do not see how these interactions are taking place, decentralized economies can be absorbed by agents, private, public, and individual collective with economical and or technological power, be it political, cultural, or social, and can reproduce the same global inequalities and injustices that have been reproduced by central economies and the commodification of all life. For this, it's important to remember that cryptocurrencies are part of a diversity of exchanges of valued knowledge, goods, and services. And they are also part of the global historical inequality and can play a role within those reproductions of disparities, as well as being part of the reality of the global digital divide. That is, the people that have the opportunity or privilege to have access to technological knowledge and the resources to put that knowledge into action. Another in our region is very important to pay attention to the phenomenon of transnational gentrification. That is, people from the global north that have the capacity to move their resources to the global south and escalate the mobility, social mobility, where in the north they can possibly be middle class, in the south they will be high class and be able to expand their resources a lot more. So a person that sells an apartment in Toronto can then come and buy a bunch of hectares and land and build a project and build a house in the global south. Taking a look at Giveth most funded page, we notice that 3 Costa Rican-based projects are amongst the top 10 most funded, with the DBC and their land node Diamante Luz being 2 of them as recipients of a total of $130K dollars in donations. A closer look at the projects funded more than $100 through Giveth identifies 13 other Costa Rican land and community projects, out of which 9 are directly connected to the DBC or the Diamante Luz, making it a total of $169,000 in donations, out of which 10% we were able to identify in the following 4 social projects: Free the Food, Recenter the Resource, Rios Limpios Gray Water Filters, and Diamante Valley Commons El Salvador Road. From our main results and reflections, there is a rise of alternative communities in Costa Rica, but not all of them have a true desire to connect with their local host communities. In this way, the social projects that were put forth by the DBC are creating this bridge by connecting directly with the local communities. They are also creating a bridge within their own members of those that have the knowledge of how to apply for, receive, and manage cryptocurrencies, and those that do not, but that have the knowledge to put forth social projects. This is a very valuable symbiotic relationship that the DBC is creating. Nonetheless, the people that are leading the social projects are those that are most connected to the local communities, creating the gap between the locals and the people that know how to access the crypto donations a lot bigger than it could be if the people leading the social projects were also technologically savvy on how to access the cryptocurrencies. Finally, we noticed that only 1 person interviewed had any awareness of 1 or 2 of the projects being partially or fully funded by crypto donations. And we think this is a very easy first step to take to bring cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency donations into the dialogue with local communities, and therefore sparking communities about the use of cryptocurrencies and the potential of cryptocurrencies. We understand that education is a continuous effort, and there is a lot of holistic vision within the projects, but not all the projects are creating that holistic vision between the project and the communities, and has led to the some of these projects being discontinued. There's a new habit formations that are taking place when we are introducing new currencies in other regions. These habit formations are going to be part of creating curiosity, asking questions, resolving issues, seeing how cryptocurrencies could possibly take place or not take place. In the locality that we're looking in, some people don't have internet or even computers. So how can they go from not having internet and computers to understanding and using and putting into practice a cryptocurrency in their region? Misconceptions can sometimes leave both sides of the cultures with ideas that the other side doesn't quite understand, and can lead to the lack of success in projects. Professionals and Costa Rican leaders can help resolve these misconceptions and also balance out the scales in the knowledge. There is important foreign knowledge and there is important local knowledge, and both needs to be part of the equation when creating social projects. Finally, we want to highlight that cryptocurrencies are part of an ecology of flows. They're interacting with a variety of other factors. And by hiring professionals that can help us understand how these other factors impact the possibility of expanding the use of cryptocurrencies or hinder it, can help us then make better decisions into how we are putting cryptocurrencies into use. From a critical Latin American perspective, we are suggesting that for the giving and receiving of crypto donations, projects need to promote equality and horizontality amongst all individuals involved and affected by the application of crypto-funded projects. They must promote digital literacy and cryptocurrency benefits and shortcomings so informed decisions can take place. They must seek to transform historical disparities and injustices in sociocultural relationships. And finally, they must encourage an intersectional approach in the development of projects. Thank you very much for your time, and have a beautiful day.